What's going on, guys? Billy here, and today I'm going to be showing you how Find My Drone works within the DJI Go 4 application. Now this works a lot like Find My iPhone for all of your Apple devices, and for this to work, your drone will need to be powered on and connected to your remote controller and also have a GPS signal. Otherwise, it's just going to show you the last known location of your drone if you aren't connected. This feature was actually added in an update to the DJI Go 4 app last year, I believe, in 2017, and I made a quick update video and I mentioned it, but I never really went over how it works in depth, so let's do that. To begin, let's throw up the phone screen and take a look at what Find My Drone looks like if you're disconnected from your drone. So let's say you crash and the battery comes dislodged or the drone just totally dies. Just as a refresher, to get to Find My Drone within the DJI Go 4 app, we'll click on the three lines in the top right corner and select Find My Drone. So I've got my drone turned off currently. I haven't flown it in a few days just because it's been way too windy, and this was the last location where I flew from. Just as a quick side note, this will be the location of the last drone that you flew. So I own 4 drones, I know, as crazy as that sounds, and this will show the location of the last drone that I flew, which was my Mavic Air, even though it won't show you the name of the drone. You're not able to zoom out and see the location of every drone that you own and fly through the DJI Go 4 app, although I think that'd be pretty cool. Let's say you owned a Mavic Pro and a Spark, you'd be able to see them on the map where you flew them last. Anyway, there are some different tools that we can use to find our drone when it's disconnected, which again is nice to know the last known location in case you crash your drone and it becomes unresponsive. Starting off by looking at the small arrow on the screen, you'll see that it displays how long the drone has been missing, which just means how long it's been disconnected for. If we tap on the location, it will show us the exact longitudinal and latitudinal coordinates. You could also flash the LEDs and ping a tone from the drone, but those are only available when connected. Another thing that we can do is change the style of the map by tapping on the icon with 2 squares in the bottom left corner. You can choose a standard map, a satellite map, or a hybrid of the two, like we're used to seeing within Google or Apple Maps. Now finally, if you want to get directions to the drone's location, you'll select Other Map in the top right corner, which will switch maps and tell you how to get there. So the functionality of Find My Drone really isn't the best when it comes disconnected from the remote controller, but now what I'm going to do is power on my Mavic Air and show you guys how Find My Drone works when it's connected to a drone. With the drone all turned on, we can get to Find My Drone the same way that we did before by selecting the 3 lines in the top right corner and then Find My Drone. Now basically everything looks the same, but now the missing duration is 0 minutes because the drone is currently in flight. If I select it, the same things appear as when we are disconnected, but when I begin to fly the drone forward, the GPS coordinates update in real time, and they're pretty accurate. Also, the options of VSC beeping and smart LED now work because we are connected. These can be used if you are at the location of your drone but you just can't find it, like maybe it's under a bush or covered by leaves. I mean, just in general, if it's hidden. Here's a quick example of these 2 functions. Continuing to move on, if we select the 3 dots in the top left corner, it will show us the current satellites connected and the strength of both the satellite and remote connection. Along with that, we also get a reading of how much battery is remaining to ensure you keep a signal between the remote and drone. In the bottom left corner, we have the same controls as before. We can switch between map types, change the direction in which the map moves with our phone's movement, and we can switch the focus between where the remote is or where the aircraft is to better understand where you need to go to find your lost drone. Finally, upon using the small camera icon in the bottom right corner, you can toggle whether or not you want to see what the drone is seeing, what its camera is actually looking at. This can be helpful to determine the surroundings of the drone to better help you find out where it's crashed. So there we have it, guys. That's Find My Drone. It's pretty simple and gives you some really good tools to find your drone in case you lose it, but let's hope that you never actually have to use it. In my opinion, I think that there's definitely some room for Find My Drone to improve. For example, like I said at the beginning of this video, maybe showing the location of all the drones that you're flying or the last known location. But for now, I think it gets the job done. Down in the comment section below, I'd love to hear if you guys have had any stories using Find My Drone, whether the negative or positive. Maybe you had to go on some huge adventure to try and get your crashed drone back. That would be pretty interesting to read. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.